You might assume that Captain America 2, Death Too Soon will be pretty bad, seeing as the first one was pretty abysmal. However, you might be shocked to find out that this film is okay, which is a lot better than pretty bad, which what the first one was. A lot of the problems with the original movie are not really that present here. While it does have pacing issues like a lot of these other 70s Marvel TV movies have, this one has a lot more going on. In fact, the villain is actually pretty notable, which is bizarre, because that's never happened in these films. That's mostly due to the fact they got Christopher Lee to play the villain, and that's always going to be a notable role, just because of that alone, which is kind of surprising. You'd think he'd be doing better stuff other than acting in Captain America 2, Death Too Soon, but apparently not. Most of the time, like 90% of the movie, just in one room, so I guess they only got him for one room till the very end of the movie, where he's out in the forest, so, whatever. And apparently he's got his hands on some secret formula that was supposed to stop the aging process or something like that, but failed miserably, and instead it rapidly ages people. He's using this as a ransom to use against basically the entire government, using it as testing grounds in one town. So it's up to Captain America, who's actually out and doing stuff, and not just being I don't want to do this, like the first movie. He's actually out there, he actually fights people as Captain America, he actually throws his shield, he's out investigating, he's kind of a hippie still, but whatever. This one's more of a spy and espionage movie than the previous one, because there's a lot of the government's trying to figure stuff out, Captain America's trying to figure stuff out. So that's fine, but it's a little too slow paced, and a lot of nothing really happens for most of the film. But hey, there's a lot of Captain America riding his motorcycle, like always. And as I mentioned, he actually used his shield multiple times in the movie, which he didn't use a single time in the first one. The shield effect is pretty bad, though, look at that. But, whatever. The shield's not very intimidating when it moves that slow. They would have, barely any hit back on that. But it hurt that guy. Ooh. Oh, Captain America's scared of dogs, so he locks himself away, because he's actually a cat person. That's not a joke either. Captain America has, meatheads come around saying, "Why are you paying there? What are you doing here?" They're like, "Get out of our town, buddy!" It's they go on and on for 10 minutes, geez Louise, how long is this scene gonna fucking last? Then they fight him out of costume, which would have been kind of neat to see, but at the same time, the fight's kind of lame. There's really not that many guys, but it seems like he gets overwhelmed pretty easily, enough for them to rip his shirt a little bit. I think one of the worst parts of the movie is that it keeps cutting back to the American government just trying to figure out a cure, but it's really pointless. It's the fact that it comes up with a cure, and that's already what they use at the very end. It just seems like a whole lot of filler, because it's probably easy to film. But like I said, there is more action scenes and more entertaining stuff like that, set pieces. Like Captain America, he rides a motorcycle, but at one point he needs to get to where he needs to go pretty fast. So he launches the motorcycle off a cliff, but then it deploys a parachute. It literally becomes a hang glider motorcycle. Holy shit. And they were really impressed with this fact they did, because they showcase it in multiple different angles, multiple times. It's kind of neat, but then after a while you probably look at it and I think that guy is not really a guy. It looks like a fake prop there. They probably shouldn't have focused on it so much. I know it probably looks neat, but geez Louise, guys, come on. But luckily for him, he's able to catch up with Christopher Lee's car. When he's in the woods fighting with him, not really that much, he throws his shield but misses completely, so you think it's going to come back and hit him again, but it just lands right below him. Apparently he's supposed to do this, but it looks really lame. But what he actually does, at the very last second, he ricochets it back into him, and I guess it deflects somewhere. But then he's like, I'm gonna use the aging thing on him. But Captain America's like, fuck that shit, and he literally throws his shield again, and it splashes on him. So yeah, the villain gets defeated by his own weapon, which is the aging formula. And he dies. Should've used his lightsaber, huh? And yeah, that was Captain America, Death Too Soon. And I thought the title was like, oh, the TV show was cancelled, which it was, because it never came off the ground. But no, it's Death Too Soon, because they're aging too fast. Huh, clever title, huh? So yeah, that was the end of this film. There's like a girl that Captain America, I guess, goes with, and she has a kid that I didn't mention. But other than that, there's nothing really important about this film that I haven't mentioned already. So yeah, if you really want a dumb 70s TV action movie with Captain America, then I guess this one isn't too bad to choose from. It's not the best film in the world, but it definitely was more entertaining than the typical ones, and I was surprised since the last Captain America film that I saw was pretty bad. This one was at least pretty entertaining. Though keep in mind there is a lot of slow parts and a lot of filler, like a lot of these other 70s Marvel stuff, but luckily it's the last film of the 1970s. because next time we're heading right into the 1980s for another TV episode that aired in the 70s but was released as a film, so yeah, whatever. Captain America Death Too Soon gets a 6 out of 10, which makes it the second highest rated film so far. Shocking, I know. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye!